Chat, I need you to be 100% honest with me. Does it look like Spinda is dancing to the song or not? I kind of think he is. He's absolutely jamming. You know what? So let's just go ahead and jam with him and get into it. Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski. Welcome back to our PokeMMO stream recap. I believe this is 3:35. I'm absolutely cooked today. I'm going to be honest with you. I slept like horse shit last night. And you know what? That happens. It happens. What are you going to do? We still got things to do. I'm going to try my best to do those things today, and I appreciate your patience. This is your daily source of Pokemon news, tips, tricks, information, and just what's happening inside the community. For example, there is a Spinda catch event coming up on the 8th of June, this Sunday at 1 p.m. ET over at Route 113 in Hoenn. Come catch some Spindas, some Sandshrews, some Slugmas, some Skarmories, and submit them to possibly win a shiny Pokemon. There are the details for all of this in depth are always over on the forums if you want to check those things out in detail. But I'll probably be live for that event Sunday, honestly, so check that out. Next up, I also like to cover, aside from just events happening in the game, I like to cover good suggestion box posts from the community. This one's actually from back in October 2024. This is an old suggestion box post, but it popped up today on the forums for me, and I thought it was one worth going over. So this is Teresa, the owner of the party hat in PokeMMO, and a very, very rich, very high-end PokeMMO player, I should say. And they asked to add notes for friends. What we've talked about previously, being able to add a note on someone's names. This actually helps with international names as well, or people in different languages. It's nice to, they don't always translate super well in PokeMMO. It's nice to have that, like the proper name, or a little note to know who's who, right? Players that offer services, you can put like, oh, Ditto Box, this is my Ditto Box seller, add a little note there. They even bring up the language thing. It's just really nice to have little notes on your friend list. Why not? This is a perfect example of a quality of life update as well. Just extra details on the friends list. Display their current team. Why can I not see what team people are on, on my friends list? That's a great little extra update. Staff tag to see if people are in the staff, community managers, etc. And then finally, the ability to possibly get a friends list expansion, or just expand the friends list in general. I have this problem on my main account where I really don't have that much friends list space. Not that I'm too popular, more so just, I don't know, it's only 150. It kind of just adds up over time, and I used to add everybody who subscribed to me as a friend, and that didn't go so well for very long because, got a lot of homies here now. So this was a cool little post. And then this guy also had a Pickleberry left a small rapid fire quality of life thing. This was on Sundays. This is like 8 months after this. This is many months later, and he goes over also adding notes to the friends list, as well as a few other things. Control clicking an item in the GTL to add that item into the search bar. Toggleable options so your active chat is always the current window. Display which IV stat is currently hovered in the GTL Pokemon. Make a cash on delivery system that's been talked about in detail on the stream recap. Add a search bar to the Pokemon Mart window. I would love this. First, to like search for specific TMs, search for specific, even like selling certain things to a Pokemon is kind of awkward on a main account. You have a bunch of items. And then it says allow us to pin Windows, inventory, Pokemon GTL, always at the top. Display store locations. Yep, sure. Show full move info in the TMs and HMs bag, and then option to slightly lower the opacity of other players. That's a cool one I haven't seen suggested before. Not just the, right now you have the ability to change how many players you see on screen and stuff, but you don't often see the opacity brought up. So that's pretty cool. Shout out Amnesia Syrup in games, leaving a nice comment over here. What's up, dude? So, okay. I gotta do a full video on this still. We're actually gonna do this here in 1 second, because this is a 1 billion Pokeyen event. So I want to have this, for this to have its own video, but also be mentioned in the stream recap, because I need as many eyes on this event as possible. There's no incentive to me. It's just an insane event. The incentive is having as many people as possible have their chance at 1 billion Pokeyen worth of prizes. It is literally a 1 billion Pokeyen Pikachu catch event. Let's talk about it. All right, fellas, it's time. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about the most insane PokeMMO unofficial event within, what, 5 years? This is a 1 billion Pokeyen prize pool catch event, okay? And it's kind of complicated. It's actually kind of, a little convoluted in terms of the rules. So, but it makes sense because the prizes are so insane, as you can see here. This is called the Great Chew Chase, named after Pikachu. That is the Pokemon we will be catching. It's a 24-hour catch event with multiple prizes. Firstly, a 6x31 Secret Shiny Charizard, a 5x31 Secret Shiny Scizor. These are valued at hundreds of millions of Pokeyen a piece, by the way. Secret Shiny 5x31 Chandelure. Secret Shiny, not all of them, like Secret Shiny Adamant Crocodile, right? Secret Shiny Tyranitar, 5x31, Adamant. Secret Shiny Dragonite, Adamant, 5x31. Secret Shiny Manectric, Timid, 5x31. Absol, 4x31, 1x30, Adamant. 4x31, 1x30, Shiny Houndoom. Secret Shiny Ninetales. These prizes are ludicrous. And then on top of all of that, on top of all those prizes, keep an eye out during the event for flash challenges worth 200 million Pokeyen worth of mystery prizes. So the prizes are insane. The event is... What is the event, Patrouski? What do you actually have to do? Let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about it. Because there are many different ways to participate in the event. And I'm going to try... And they have different prizes, and I'll try to break it down, okay? First things first, the event begins at 8 a.m. EST on June 14th, okay? Saturday it begins, 8 a.m. It ends 8 a.m. ET on the 15th of June, okay? So, it's a 24-hour event. Keep in mind, a 24-hour event. Okay. All of the catching, I believe... we have to double check. I believe all of the catching for this entire event is done at Route 1 in Kanto. All at Route 1 in Kanto. You have 24 hours to catch as many Pokemon as possible. Another 1 to 2 hours to submit entries, depending on... the rate. Yeah, this will be like adjustable. Now, we have different categories. That's how it's broke. Think of the categories as sections, okay? So, category 1 is if you're submitting shiny Pikachus as your... Category 1 only matters if you catch a shiny Pikachu on Route 1 in Kanto during that 24-hour catch event, okay? I think that there will be like 1, maybe 2 entries into this. This is like, I think the odds of Pikachu at Route 1 Kanto are like 1%, 5%, something extremely low. Only 1 to 2 people, is my guess, will even be submitting to Category 1, but I could be wrong. We'll see what happens. Category 2 is just the highest IV Pikachu. So that's your normal catch event. And then Category 3 is also your normal catch event, lowest IV Pikachu of 4th place. So Category 2 is essentially your normal catch event, 1st through 3rd. And then this is your normal catch event, 4th place. Pokemon accepted as valid entries for categories 1 through 3. Pikachu or shiny Pikachu. So you have to tell him, this is usually for most catch events, you just submit a Pokemon. This is a rare, weird catch event where you do have to tell him, hey, I'm submitting this Pokemon towards this category. So whenever you submit the Pokemon to the person, once the event ends, you do want to, and you have to make sure to be online to submit it to. You have to be online when the event ends, I assume. At 8 a.m. We'll go through, we'll read more details in this, but I'm assuming you have to be there. So let's keep going. Every detail is very important. Please watch the whole video. Not to, it's just very important information. So you could only catch Pikachu and shiny Pikachu on Route 1 in Kanto. It has to be Route 1 Kanto. You can't go farm them somewhere else. You can't go, you can't breed them. It has to be wild caught on Route 1 in Kanto. Okay. If you have any questions about it, let me know in the comments. I'll try to get to it as soon as possible. Scoring for category 4. There's one... Okay, scoring for category 4 is shiny Route 1 Pokemon. So this is essentially any shinies that aren't Pikachu. Category 1 is shinies only as well, but this category 4 is all... Think of category 1 and 4 as shiny only submissions. You only have to worry about those if you get a shiny. And then category 2 and 3 are your normal catch event submissions, if that makes sense. On Route 1, you can see Pidgey, Rattata, Pikachu, Hoot, Sentret, Pichu. Okay. Only if you're popping lures for this. Now, rules of registration. You can only submit 1 entry and 1 category, okay? That does, from my understanding, that does not mean you can't go 1 submission to category 1, 1 to 2, 1 to... No. You get 1 submission total, okay, for the entire event. 1 submission total. Players can enter the event on only one account / character. I assume if he sees you trying to alt account, he'll like disqualify you and you'll take the loss. All Pokemon must be caught within the event time and at the event location. Only Pikachu will be accepted for categories 1 through 3. You cannot catch Pichu on the lure and then evolve it, and you cannot use like evolve Pikachu into Raichu. It has to be Pikachu. It even says using lures to catch Pichu will result in disqualification. All Pokemon must remain unchanged, untrained, and unevolved. Evolved or unevolved forms will not be accepted as valid entry. You must be the OT of the Pokemon. In the event of a tie, the winner will be determined at earliest catch. That would be crazy if that happened at a 24-hour event. Any player with access to the event location can participate. There are no prior registration or no signups required. You must link your entry to any participating event leader via Whisper to submit it and keep the Pokemon in your party until results are announced. This is really important. So results are good. So they're going to take submissions at 8 a.m. ET on the 15th, right? The event starts on the 14th, submissions on the 15th. If you aren't there, you might miss it all. So if you're going to, it's a lot of strategy involved in this. If you're going to do like a 24-hour marathon and catch Pokemon from the 14th, 8 a.m. to the 15th, you got to be able to stay up for like at least 26, maybe even up to like 28 hours as they calculate winning. So be careful. At least be there to submit. It's brutal. You want to be there until results are announced, it says. You got to stay online if they need to check your Pokemon. So I recommend sleeping. Of course, I recommend sleeping. This is intense. Okay, it's an intense event. Fun Funder is the host and sponsor of all this, so shout out to him and his buddy Who White, who helped him write this post, I believe. We've already gone over the prizes, but we'll go over it basically. Now we understand the categories more, we'll go over them. So the first place prize, this is only for people. The Secret Shiny Charizard is only if you catch a Wild Shiny Pikachu, which is tough, but it's still an insane prize up for grabs. It basically means if you catch a Shiny Pikachu on Route 1 Kanto, within that period, there is like at least 50% chance, 50 to 100% chance you win a Shiny Charizard as well. So there's got to be an amazing feeling if you encounter a Shiny Pikachu during this event. You should like literally almost feel so excited. You should almost, I don't want to like get hopes up, but like it almost means you might have gotten a Shiny Charizard as well, which is insane. Non-OT, of course. Non-OT. Thanks for the Twitch Prime, dude. First place for the Pikachu. I think this is what most people... This is the place that most people will be submitting to. I'll be playing this event on my main account. This is where I'll probably be submitting. Obviously, it depends on my catches, but this is where probably I'll be submitting. Highest score Pikachu. First place prize is that Shiny Scizor. We have Chandelure, Crocodile. This is for highest scoring. And then lowest scoring, you have T-Tar, you have Dragonite, you have Manectric. So like even lowest scoring is like amazing prizes. And then if you get a Route 1 Shiny at all, and you know the highest score on that, you could go for the Absol, the Houndoom, Ninetales, etc. So, and then keep an eye out. I assume global chat, normal chat. I don't know exactly where he's going to be at. This might be an event where it actually is super worth to try to be on Channel 1, just in case he's hosting events there in some way. I'm not 100% sure, but trying to be on Channel 1, I'm sure it'll be full to some extent, will be relevant. But this guy actually reached out to me. This has been an event that's been weeks in the making, and this guy reached out to me prior and was like, hey, I used to play this game a ton. I got really lucky, made some really good investments back in like 2015. They've ballooned to be insane values. I don't play the game anymore. I want to give back to the community. How can I do so? And he was like, yeah, I'm going to host an event. And he's like, I have like 1 billion Pokeyen to spend on it. And this is a lot of Pokeyen. I think it's like 1 billion Pokeyen. That's what he told me, worth of prizes. It's insane. It's insane. So check it out. Go support this guy. And I mean, go. Not even support yourself. Go support yourself. You know, participate in his event, which is cool for him. But also, like, it's not getting him anything. He's just here to give this stuff away and to serve the community. It's a very cool thing. Check it out. Link will be in the description first thing if you want extra details. And other than that, that's it for me. Any questions in the comments down below, details down below. If you want to support this my content and my streams and my videos, the best way to do so is Factor this month. Check out Factor. First link in the description or second link or so. We'll see. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not. Subscribe for daily Pokemon videos. Follow the Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. And I will see you guys very soon. And hopefully see you guys at the event itself. This is a crazy event. This is a great, phenomenal question. Do you think it makes sense for a player who just got to the quote-unquote end game to start building raid Pokemon, or should I focus on making more money? It depends on how much money you have. If you have 1 million Pokeyen, don't go for raid Pokemon. Like, that's not gonna matter until most likely October. Go ahead and make more money. If you have like 10 million Pokeyen, the reason why it's so beneficial to go ahead and build raid Pokemon now is that they're so dirt cheap, right? We've all talked about it. The big problem with the problem with the market right now, right, is that Pokemon are so cheap. But that problem turns into a massive benefit if you're a new player reaching endgame. Now all of a sudden you can buy raid Pokemon for Omega cheap. Build that Halloween team for Omega cheap, right? Let's go. I love always calling out the example. There was one Halloween event in PokeMMO. I think it was like 2022, I believe. It was when the game was going through like a massive resurgence, and it was like it was really popular, and people didn't realize how popular the game had kind of become over the past year or so. And there was this insane demand for 2x31 Chandelures for the Halloween boss fight. Okay, there was a point. I'm not exaggerating. There was a point where 2x31 modest nature Chandelures were like 800k to 1 mil a piece. I've never seen anything. That was the most extreme example of an event economy I've ever seen. 2x31 modest nature for 800k Pokeyen to like 1.2 mil. It was ridiculous. There just wasn't enough supply going around, and everybody wanted to do the boss. Right now, that same Chandelure would cost you about 200k, right? Now, I don't think it'll ever go up to be that crazy expensive like it was in that event. That was just such an extreme example. But during the Halloween event, don't be surprised if things like this rise in value. Things like the Chandelures, the Crocodiles, the Typhlosions, the Pokemon that are used for those event bosses. And if you don't know what Pokemon are used for event bosses, I have catalogs and playlists on my channel labeled like Halloween event 2024, Christmas event 2023. Like, all you could go back and see every single event that I've ever covered on my channel, and see all the details, see all the Pokemon used, and get a huge leg up on the competition, get a huge leg up on the market before the event season rolls around. So if you have the money, definitely make raid Pokemon now while they're still cheap, before that extra demand kind of comes in when players come back to the game. What should I do to prepare for the catch event on the 14th as a new player? Do you want the real answer? The most you could do to prepare for that catch event is probably call off of work, tell your loved ones you're gonna be busy, get caffeine, get food, like meal prep. Like, the IRL prep is probably way more important than any in-game prep for that kind of event, like a 24-hour event like that. Get a good night's sleep, be healthy, do stretch breaks while, maybe on the tablet or whatever playing if you want to, but just do stretch breaks every at least 3 hours. I'd even do that when I play a ton, have some dumbbells around, maybe exercise a little bit between little sessions. But in terms of in-game prep, just stock it up on a crap ton of Pokeballs. You're not going to need that. You're only catching Pikachus. Having like now Pikachu does have static, which is kind of annoying. Can you quick ball Pikachus there? You might, I don't know. I would go count and see what's the best Pokeball to use at that Route 1 spot. Maybe just stock them on quick balls and just quick ball the Pikachus. Like, it can't be that crazy. You could buy Factor. Chat is so smart. Not paid chatters. With the catch event coming up on the 14th, one quick Factor order, 50% off using the link in the description, and it's the best way to support the stream. The Factors probably would arrive in time if you ordered them quick enough. They probably would arrive in time, and you could just have Factor meals lined up, pop them in the microwave, get good nutrients, not die, in the 24-hour grindathon. Fact is probably a great option if you plan on grinding that event, that 1 billion Pokeyen event, pretty intensely. All right, fellas, it is time for either the worst or the best part of the stream recap, depending on who you ask. It's time for MOVIETROUSKI, okay? We're jumping into it. We're going from right to left because that's the order I watched them in. I recently watched Vice for the first time. I gave this movie, if you don't know, it's like it's kind of like a meme documentary, but also has some truth to it, but also is a little memey and kind of a shitpost, but it also knows it's a shitpost. Doesn't take itself nearly too seriously, in my opinion. Vice is really good, like a really unique, I really enjoyed it. It's kind of divisive. Some people love it, some people hate it. I thought it was really interesting. It's all about Dick Cheney and his relationship with George W. Bush and presidency. And it's just really, some of it's memey, really interesting. I gave Vice a 4-star because it does have some big problems, but like 4-star and a like. I really liked Vice. Next up, Big Fat Liar. I didn't watch it recently. I'm just going off of childhood memory. 5-star and a like. Perfect movie. clearly Paul Giamatti's best performance. Next up, The Luck of the Irish. Speaking of childhood nostalgia, I gave The Luck of the Irish, the movie where that basketball teenager gets really small and has to play against that like ginger guy with the insane beard. Crazy movie, amazing movie. I give it a 4-star, and I'm never watching it as an adult because I know that if I watched it, I would realize it's actually like a 1 or a 2-star movie. But so I'm never gonna watch. So it's a 4-star, and I'm locking it in with the childhood nostalgia. I'm never watching it as an adult. Next up, Can of Worms is actually a kid movie that I watched recently for the first time. I didn't watch this movie growing up. Easily the weirdest. Actually, there's some pretty weird movies on this list, to be fair. One of the, maybe the second weirdest. The first weirdest movie is Smart House, to be honest. Can of Worms is the second weirdest movie on this list. And it's all about a kid who doesn't feel like he belongs on Earth, and he like calls to. I'm just describing the plot of the new movie Elio. Huh. They're really recycling things now that I'm holy fuck. Okay, I didn't realize. Can of Worms is about a kid who doesn't feel like he belongs on Earth, so he like calls out to aliens to like kidnap him. This is literally the trailer for Elio that's coming out. It's I did not realize until just now. But so the aliens that show up are the craziest aliens. I genuinely think this movie has the most insane visuals. Not that I've ever seen in a movie, but just look at the like thumbnail, that like weird as fuck alien. This movie has some of the most insane visuals. Here, let me get a picture really quick that I've ever seen in a movie, let alone a kids movie. If I watched this as a kid, I would have had nightmares for sure. It's very Goosebump-esque. I actually thought it had some like really original and creative ideas for a kids movie. This jump scare. This is a picture, a still from Can of Worms. This movie is insane. I think it's worth to watch for the weird visuals. It's a bad, campy, cheesy kids movie. Keep that in mind. But it's actually like kind of, it's unique. It's like kind of neat. I give it a 3.5, like a 7. That's pretty high. Yeah, if you've ever seen this growing up, I'd be really impressed. It's a pretty niche memer. Next up, the Pokemon movie. I'm sorry. I know that I play a lot of Pokemon. I love Pokemon, and the Pokemon movies are really not good. I'm sorry. This is the Pokemon Heroes, the Latios and Latios one. We watched this during Shiny Wars like 8 months ago, and I never rated it, and it's a 1.5. It's which is a 3 out of 10, which I think is fair. I think most Pokemon movies are probably, the first movie's great, but in my opinion, but yeah. Smart House. Insanely weird movie. It's the wife from Married with Children. If any boomers in chat, Katie Seagal. I know her from Married with Children. She's also in Bleed for this with Miles Teller, but I haven't seen that yet. She's pretty neat. But this movie's insane. Smart House was a movie from 1999. It's a kids movie all about essentially an AI house, and the AI is in the form of this woman, Katie Seagal. I need to rewatch it. I gave it the rating based on childhood memory. Gave it a 4 out of 10. This movie might be more relevant than ever. I kind of need to watch Smart House. That movie might go crazy. Now, Sunday. So after my stream, I did a streamathon Saturday where I streamed for 16 hours. To reward myself on Sunday, me and my wife, celebrated and fucking, maybe got a little zooted, and we watched 3 Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. So we watched, my wife had never seen them, which is also hilarious. We watched Alvin and the Chipmunks, number 1, number 2, The Squeakquel, and number 3, Chipwrecked. I genuinely think Chipwrecked is kind of not bad. Now, the first movie I gave a 2 out of 10, which is a 4. There's a dance-off in the Chipwrecked. The first movie I gave like a 2 out of 10, or 2 out of 5, 4 out of 10. The Squeakquel, the Squeakquel is kind of high. 3 is kind of high. I'm probably gonna lower that to a 2.5, so a 5 out of 10. Squeakquel getting a 6 is kind of high. I'm gonna fix that. But then Chipwrecked, I genuinely think Chipwrecked is the funniest one, and like the dumbest one. David Cross is great. Jason Lee from My Name Is Earl. And then all the chipmunks are also Jenny Slate is in the Chipwrecked, which I love her. And all the people, I didn't realize like Justin Long, Amy Poehler, all the people who play the chipmunks are really funny. It's why they didn't have to do that. It's like you can't tell it's them anyway. So that was and then I gotta talk about, I didn't watch it recently, but I actually cannot believe I didn't have this movie rated on Letterboxd. It's one of my, I feel like top 20 top 50 favorite movies. Solly, I adore Solly. I love Solly. Holy fuck, I love this movie so much. I think it's so good. I give it 5 stars and a heart. I think it's Tom Hanks is so good at playing these types of roles, like serious older gentlemen. I love Solly. It's based on a true story. If you don't know, Solly is a true story about a pilot who had to. Spoiler alert, but it's also based on a true story, so it's like, if you know what happened, the history, whatever. So, but mild spoiler alert for the plot, I guess, but you might already know it. So, yeah, skip if you want to for like 1 minute. The plot of Solly is it's about a pilot who it's about a pilot. The chat's correcting me on it's annoying. Sorry. It's about a pilot who had to land. It's really happened. Land a plane in the Hudson River in New York, right? That's where the Hudson River at. Which is insane. And he did it successfully and saved like all the people, like all these lives. But he got like crucified afterwards and was like super blamed. Like, oh, like basically the plane got destroyed. Obviously, he landed in the Hudson. They were like, oh, like maybe you couldn't have, maybe you didn't have to land it in the Hudson. Maybe you could have done blah 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 blah. When in reality, he like actually did do the best. It's a really interesting tale about humanity and about human fault and where do we draw the lines on like charitability on that. And then finally, Airplane. Now, my Airplane review, take with a massive grain of salt. I watched 13 minutes of Airplane this morning before this stream, and I had to turn it off, okay? I had 2 hours of free time, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to finally watch Airplane. I have this problem with, you haven't seen it, all the jokes are the same. It's the same as Spaceballs as well. I watched Spaceballs. I also had friends who were like, I don't know, you're either gonna love or hate. It's a goofy movie. It's a goofy movie, but all of the jokes are the most predictable thing in the world, and all the jokes are the same. Oh, every 80s comedy is, what if we took things too literally for 90 minutes, right? Like, oh, you want a plane ticket? Smoking or non-smoking, sir? Oh, smoking. Me in my head. I bet when he says that, they're gonna like do like it's gonna like not actually be like a smoking section, but it's gonna be like a little. Oh, the ticket smoking. Ha ha ha. Like all the jokes are the same. Every single. It's the same. It's the same in Spaceballs. It's the same in Airplane. I do agree. I'm not saying the comedy's bad. I really don't like it. I'm not saying 80s comedy is bad. I could super see comedy is also just the worst aging thing, and it's the hardest thing to see previous lenses on. I love comedy. I have a lot of empathy for people who like different styles of comedy. I like a lot of trash comedy. Like Nick Swartz is one of my favorite comedians. He's like poop fart joke humor. I have like my inner teenage boy will just never not love him. But that, you know, I love it's comedy is a very my goofy I have bad comedy movies that I love, but Airplane is just not one of them. Spaceballs, those styles are just not my style. I respect if they're yours. I desperately want to kind of love them. Like I kind of wish I liked Spaceballs. I desperately wanted to like Airplane. They're just not my styles. I've heard Naked Gun and Top Secret are also very good. I'll try to watch those at some point. But there's a lot of old comedies I need to watch, but I just don't know if they're my styles. I don't want to watch them just to hate on them and slander them. That's lame, you know. My style of comedy, I definitely am. I think a lot of Zoomers and millennials are being trapped in the Tim Robinson comedy. I'm guilty. I fucking love Tim Robinson. I think he really encapsulates a lot of our generations of humor, of like awkward and anxiety situations. Friendship is a pretty good movie. Check it out. You know, it's still in theaters, I think. Yeah, that's my takes on MOVIETROUSKI for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for catching up. Dude, Iron Chungus, aka Todio, just got his second shiny Pokemon on the Iron Man. Congratulations, dude. 1 times 31, 2 times 30. That's cool as hell, man. That's also not like a prismatic pearl possible shiny because it's a Rapidash, but it's also a great shiny. You could turn it into you'd have to prismatic pearl to make it a flame body. I don't know if it has a lot of pragmatic usage, but a shiny's a shiny on an Iron Man, and that's cool as hell, dude. 2 on an Iron Man is very cool. Like it's crazy. Like a shiny Rapidash means that much more on an Iron. That's really cool, dude. Congratulations. Yeah, people have been asking. It's kind of crazy the Iron Man team is almost full. We're at 129 out of 150 members. It's pretty wild how many people have made Iron Man accounts, let alone like the ones that have, you know, come to the team. The team is first come, first serve, so if you want to get in, you still can join, absolutely. We're getting pretty full, so it might, you know, make sure to get on a live stream and ask, give me your IGN, and I try to get as many people in as possible. I do miss names sometimes, so apologies. Eventually, you know, months down the line when we become full, and we'll reach a point where, like, if someone's not logged in for like 1 to 3 months, we'll probably start kicking people to let other people in, just so, you know, we don't have inactive accounts and stuff like that hogging up team spots. But it's a pretty casual team. I'm not worried about that anytime soon. It's just first come first serve. Have fun playing the Iron Man mode, enjoy it, and just talk to other people. Like, everybody's online. Like, it's actually crazy, like, how active and how on top of people are. It's going great, man. So yeah, come join, come have fun, see how it goes. And worst case scenario, if you join and you quit your Iron Man account and you get bored, okay, you get kicked, and, you know, now someone else can join. It's not a big deal. So just come have fun in the team while you can. You know, it's a good time. First come first serve. A lot of Iron Man strategies and discussion there. Probably one of the better sources in the community for Iron Man discussion, honestly, is the Iron Man by the way team. Small little thing, Patrouski, but the devs made it so that berries that were planted earlier before the server shut down don't need watering at all. Yeah, earlier today, that brings up 2 points. Earlier today, I woke up and I couldn't log into PokeMMO, and I went to my Discord's general chat. Everybody was losing their minds. Servers were down. You might even have noticed a message when you logged in today, like, oh, like, servers were just down unexpectedly, unfortunately, earlier this morning. That's cool, though. They made it so, like, nobody's berries died. Like, it's a small thing, but, like, a nice little W from them to, like, think about that and have that coded in. No, that's a great, it's good to mention out small positives, small little wins like that, you know. But I think it's time to call it, fellas. I gotta go get a walk in. I gotta go do other things. I gotta go do some chores around the house. I appreciate you guys watching. Great day, good progress. Like the stream if you enjoyed it. As always, dislike if not. Subscribe on YouTube for daily videos. No Articuno today. No Articuno. I'm sorry. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. If you want to go above and beyond and support the content, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, PayPal, and Venmo. And this month, Factor is the best way to support as well. Thank you all so much for your time. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. I will see you probably tomorrow. Actually, I might have something planned. We might be skipping the Wednesday. If you're already watching this, it might be later on, but we might be skipping the Wednesday stream. And trust me, there's a good reason to why. We'll see soon, okay? But I'll see you guys when I see you, okay? I don't know if I'll be live Wednesday or not. I'll see you when I see you. Thanks for watching. Good luck in PokeMMO. Yo, Patrouski here, and I wanted to thank you personally for watching the video until the very end. I really, really appreciate that. And if your name is on this list, thank you to the moon and back, because you allow me to even make these videos by supporting the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.